Hello traders and investors, welcome back to the Trend Trader channel. Once again, we're gonna be looking at some of the most anticipated earnings for the upcoming week. Before we start, I would like to ask those who haven't subscribed to please consider subscribing. As we said previously, we like this image from Earnings Whisper. You can follow them on Twitter so that you also get the similar information. We see a couple of companies that are going to be coming up with their result. Obviously, we're not going to be able to cover all these companies. And also, some of these companies are not interesting if you look in technical analysis. These companies might be interesting in other ways, maybe if you like the business that they do or you like their fundamental analysis, but this video is based on technical analysis. The companies that we are going to cover, we're going to put a timestamp so that if there's a specific company that we covered and you want to see its analysis or you want to skip to another company, we have a timestamp for that. You can see that in the description. And yeah, if anything is valuable to you, please make sure that you smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and feel free to share this video with other people that you think they might benefit from this video. Since we are going to be covering a few companies at the end of the video, we're also going to be looking at the chart of Bitcoin and share what we think about Bitcoin. So the first interesting or that interests us from this company, as you see, the company has been consolidating since March 2022. It has been moving sideways, and then there were several times where it attempted to break above this key moving average there, but since the beginning of 2023 it just moved sideways in that range, and then just before the end of 2023 then we saw a breakout happening there. So this is the breakout that we are talking about. It was a breakout from this potential resistance level, and you can see that breakout happened after a period of some nice tight consolidation. And that breakout, it did not just took the stock out of this range, but it also helped the stock to break above this potential resistance level there. Once again, the stock started to continue to move sideways. As you can see, it's been trading again in another range. But another thing that is worth noticing is that the moving average is starting to point up, meaning that the momentum is also starting to face upward. Remember, this company is going to be coming out with earnings report. Depending on how the report is interpreted by the market, what we are looking for is that the stock is going to come back to test this $27.50 level, and we are hoping that there's going to be a breakout. That all depends if the company comes up with a positive news or the market interpret the news as positive. Obviously, you know that the other alternative is for the share price to break down. If the share price break down, there's nothing that we are going to do from our side. What we are interested in is a breakout on the upside. So another way to trade a potential breakout from a resistance level is to use a buy stop order, whereby you place your buy stop order just above that resistance level. That helps you to have sort of a tight stop loss on that potential position if the stock does move in the direction that you are anticipating. So that is all when it comes to UiPath. That is the plan that we have for this particular stock and the setup that we are planning to trade. Then let us move on to SentinelOne. It's also another company that has an interesting price action. You can see there was this previous resistance level. The stock has been consolidating at this level here Similar to UiPath, you can see that the moving average is starting to point up here, meaning that we can expect some potential upward move. You see the stock, if you look at these weeks, it means that the share price has been the lower prices have been getting rejected. So we would like to see the price go up, maybe with a bit of a consolidation, but remember we are looking at a weekly time frame. So if you dial down to a daily time frame, you're going to see a couple of candles in there. So what we want to see is a potential breakout on the upside, again depending on the outcome or on the earnings report. So this is the level where we are looking to initiate a long position. Again, it is the same thing as a UiPath. You can use a buy stop order so that you can get a nice tight stop there. We are all about risk management, and also a good level where you have like a low potential risk. It allows you to have a decent risk to reward. Ideally, we want to have a risk to reward of 1:3. So those are the setups that we like to trade. Then when we move into another stock, Lennar Corporation, I think this stock is part of the home builders. It's another sector that we've been looking at for a while. So we bought a Lennar holding after it broke above this level. We already have a position there. You can see that when the breakout happened, there was that nice abnormal volume that happened there. So we're happy with that position. The moving average is moving up nicely as the share price is going up. However, the stock has been trading in what looks like a tight range. Again, you can see here there was that potential breakout. So at this moment, in terms of price action, the share price is moving up. So we'll be looking forward to see at that earnings report. What we expect or what we would like to see from that company is positive news, because that could be the catalyst that can propel the share price to continue to move further up. Stocks move up and down for different reasons, but a profitable company that is growing revenue and its earnings can also bring a lot of institutional and retail investors into that particular company, and then from there we can expect the share price to continue to move up. Another stock that we're gonna be looking at is a Dick's Sporting Goods. It also has an interesting technical setup. In the past, you can see there was that breakout of that consolidation. You can see that this nice breakout, there are repetitive patterns that can be exploited so that we can try to profit from those particular move. The moving average is also facing up. Similar to other stocks in the US, we saw that there was a pullback on Friday. Similar pullback was observed from companies such as Nvidia. So we also see here that there's a pullback. Another thing that you need to pay attention to is the gap between this moving average and where this share price is at. If this company was not going to be reporting its earnings, in case of a pullback, we would want to see the gap here getting closed. But now we are looking at a week where the stock is going to be reporting its earnings. We don't know if the earnings are going to be positive or negative. However, if they are positive, then we won't be surprised if the share price continue to move further up and then widening this gap there. But as things stand, we want to see how the market is going to behave this coming week, considering this week at least the stock it closed up, and you can see that there was a bit of a volume there of buyers that were trying to push the share price up. So we'd be happy if we see the share price continue to move further up. And then lastly, of the companies that will be reporting earnings, we're going to be looking at Jabil. You can see that JPL, it was recently added into the S&P 500. So the first time we traded JPL, it was this breakout coming from this consolidation level there. Since then, the stock has broken above this resistance level, consolidated up there with the number of times retesting that previous breakout level, but the stock has been finding support on that moving average that kept on moving up. Recently, there was another breakout on the upside here that happened a few weeks ago, so the stock is still in that upward momentum. Again, the gap from the current share price and the moving average is about $20. If there is a pullback across the board, we might see that pullback, the stock pulling back either to this breakout level just below $140, or if the pullback can come to meet the rising moving average somewhere around $130. As things stand, this is the level that we're going to be keeping an eye on. If there is going to be a pullback to this recent breakout level, otherwise we can just expect the share price to move up there if the news are positive. So that's all for the companies that will be reporting their earnings this coming week. So now looking at the chart of Bitcoin, we saw that sometime this week Bitcoin printed 70,000 US dollar per coin, which was a new all-time high. You can see that the previous high was somewhere here around $70,000, and the Bitcoin price in our screen is currently around 69,000 US dollars, but it did print 70,000 US dollars. As you saw with the other charts where we were seeing at or looking at breakout, it is the same pattern that we're intending to trade. You can see it's a breakout above, it's a new all-time high. It happened with a decent amount of volume there, so there are participants that are bidding Bitcoin up. What we're expecting to see is Bitcoin to continue to move up. Maybe there could be a bit of a retest to come back to retest that previous all-time highs level in there. Hopefully more people are going to be buying it so that they can push the price of Bitcoin up. Obviously the other alternative is a pullback. We're not anticipating a pullback, but a pullback can bring the price of Bitcoin somewhere around 42,000 US dollars. From 70,000 to 42, it does look a bit far-fetched, because now people are used to this recent price high, but there's also this level in here. So we are positive about the price of Bitcoin, even though we are aware of the alternative scenario. We will be keeping an eye on what is happening with Bitcoin. So that's it for this week. If you found value in this video, please make sure that you subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and you smash that like button button. We will see you in the next video.